Welcome back to the final card of the court cards within the suit of Pentacles, and we are going to be talking about the symbolism and the imagery in this particular card, which is the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is all about material success, stability, and the mastery of practical matters. He is the embodiment of wealth, of security, and also the ability to create and to maintain prosperity. This particular king symbolizes a strong, responsible, and disciplined leader. And he has achieved success through hard work and determination, which is everything about the suit of Pentacles. So let's talk about the imagery. So obviously, let's talk about the throne first. Now, the king himself is seated on this throne. It's very ornate, it's very imposing. The throne itself is symbolic of authority, of power, and also the very solid foundation that he has built for himself through his hard work and determination. He has a very relaxed yet commanding posture, which shows that he is confident and in control. Again, he's holding a pentacle in his hand, as you can see there. This is very symbolic of his mastery over the material realm. Because obviously the pentacle represents wealth, it represents abundance, and it is symbolizing his ability to manage resources effectively. Now, the throne itself, it is adorned with lots of symbols of wealth. There's grapes on there, you have bulls on there, there's vines all on there, and these are all very symbolic of wealth. As you can see, he's sat in a very lush landscape. There's lots of fruit growing, lots of flowers growing. You know, it's a very beautiful landscape. This is very symbolic of the prosperity that he has managed to cultivate for himself along his journey. And this setting is also reflecting his ability to create a thriving and secure environment. Now, as you can see over there, there's a castle in the background. Now, this is symbolic of his wealth and his ability to create a long-lasting legacy. And also it symbolizes security. It represents not only his achievements, but also the stable foundation that he's able to create and maintain for others. Obviously, he's very ornately dressed as well, which again is very symbolic of his status, of his wealth, of his ability to command. But you will notice down there, sticking out from underneath his robe is a foot and a leg that's covered in armor. Now, this is there to show that he is, even though he's very ornately dressed, he still has his armor on underneath, because he is ready to defend what needs to be defended at any moment's notice. He is always ready to take action when action is needed to be taken. He might look to most people like, you know, he doesn't do or get involved in anything, but he very much is still very hands-on and still very much willing and ready to do what is needed to be done. So there you have it. Join me on the next one. We'll talk about its upright interpretations. Hello. I'm feeling uber relaxed. So I am lying here, chilling, and we're going to talk about the King of Pentacles if it comes out upright in a tarot reading. Now, you know, the King of Pentacles is all very symbolic of material success and abundance. So, you know, the King of Pentacles represents financial security, represents wealth, material success. So this card is basically suggesting that you've achieved a level of prosperity through your hard work, through your discipline, and through your practical approach to life. So it's emphasizing the importance of maintaining and managing your resources wisely. So, real life example, you know, you could be enjoying the rewards of your hard work. You know, you're financially stable, you've got a successful business or a successful job, you've got a secure home. This card can be indicating that you have built a strong foundation and you can now enjoy the fruits of your labor. He's also very much about stability and security, you know, both in the material realm and also in emotional terms. this is really a bad angle, but never mind. So he's able to provide a stable foundation for himself and also for those around him, which makes sure that everyone that he loves and cares for is taken care of. So this card could be coming up to encourage you to focus on creating and maintaining stability in your life. So you could be in the position where you're the provider for your family, making sure that they have everything they need and that they feel secure and supported. Gender neutral, doesn't matter if you're male or female. You know, this card is emphasizing the importance of being a reliable and responsible figure in your family, in your community, in your workplace. It also very much represents leadership and authority because he is the king. You know, he's a wise leader who makes wise decisions based on practicality, based on experience. And this card is suggesting that you could be in a position of power and you're using your influence to create positive outcomes, because the King of Pentacles is all about that. He's all about making sure that positive outcomes are the aim of the game, because we're talking in the upright, we're not talking in the reverse. If we were to look into the King of Pentacles as a person, you know, it's describing someone who's successful, someone who's responsible, someone who's practical. They are a natural leader. They're someone who has achieved material success and they are now focused on maintaining stability and security for themselves and for others. So some examples of like who the King of Pentacles might be. This could be talking about someone who's very successful, very wealthy. It could be talking about a person who's very reliable. You know, someone you can count on to take care of responsibilities, or someone who can create a safe and nurturing environment. It's talking about a person who's very practical, very grounded. You know, they focus on what is achievable. They don't take unnecessary risks. That might be more the King of Wands. And they base their decisions on experiences that they've had and their deep understanding of the practicalities of life. Sorry, the dog is kicking my thing that's holding my phone. The King of Pentacles is also authoritative and commanding because they're a natural leader. You know, they're somebody who commands respect and authority. Because they're able to use their influence wisely, they're making decisions that are going to benefit not only themselves but others. And therefore, they deserve that respect and authority that they've gained. So, you know, real life people could be people like successful business people, you know, somebody who works in finance, you know, that could be very much a King of Pentacles person. A community leader of some kind, you know, who's there helping benefit the wider community. A loving father figure is very much King of Pentacles. I always see the King of Pentacles as the archetypal father figure, very much a bit like the Emperor, but the Emperor is more like stern. But yeah, the King of Pentacles is a lovely energy. You know, they're successful, they're responsible, they're practical. They've achieved their material wealth because they've been disciplined, because they've worked hard. And now their focus is on maintaining that. You know, they're reliable. You can count on them. They're a provider. You know, they're there to help others and to lead others. They're a very trustworthy person, somebody you can rely on when you need them the most. But there you have it. There's your upright interpretation of the King of Pentacles. So you'll see Vicky now for the next 4 cards. She's going to be going through the Suit of Cups, the court cards in that, obviously. And then that's our tarot course finished. So you're not going to see me talking about tarot cards anymore unless we're doing free readings. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this series. We've really enjoyed making it. It's been awesome. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on it. You know, has it helped you? Have you gained any new insights? We'd really love to hear your feedback. Bye for now.